Welcome to AI for Good, the leading action-oriented, global and inclusive United Nations platform on AI. Organized by ITU, in partnership with 40 UN sister organizations, and co-convened with Switzerland. The goal of AI for Good is to identify practical applications of AI to advance the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and scale those solutions for global impact. In today's session, we're counting on you to use the live video wall feature to ask questions and post comments to help create an engaging discussion. We encourage you to stay until the end to chat, connect, ask questions, and network with our distinguished panelists and world-class AI experts in the neural network. It is now time to kick off the session and welcome our first speaker. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the AI for Good Innovation Factory Malta. I am Guilherme Martinez-Roura from the International Telecommunication Union, and it is an honor to introduce today's event from the ITU side. I would like to warmly welcome you all and thank you for joining us. The AI for Good Innovation Factory is a program launched in 2020 by the International Telecommunication Union, the United Nations Specialized Agency for Digital Technologies, under the flagship initiative AI for Good. It is the leading UN-based pitching and accelerator platform that helps startups grow and scale their innovative solutions for global impact to address global challenges. Today's AI for Good Innovation Factory Malta is hosted by Mellifera in collaboration with the Republic of Malta. It will bring together top innovative minds, offering a platform for 4 Malta startups to showcase their AI-driven solutions to address global challenges such as natural disasters, waste reduction, language preservation, and facility management. The winning startup will have the opportunity to represent Malta in the AI for Good Innovation Factory Grand Finale in Geneva, Switzerland this July, where they will compete on a global stage with the support and visibility of the United Nations for a top prize of $20,000 and much more. They will also be exposed to amazing networking opportunities with top-tier VCs, global investors, and business leaders. They will be able to participate, of course, as well into the AI for Good Innovation Factory Startup Accelerator Program. And through the program, participants will benefit from expert-led masterclasses and workshops, as well as personalized mentoring to further refine their project for international exposure. So the winners get an unrivaled package that will help their solutions reach everything and everyone else in this world. And now, without further ado, I would like to give the floor to our moderator today. Her name is Olga Zorova, and she's the Communications Director at FinDaNode. Olga, the floor is all yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Guilherme. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Innovation Factory Malta Finals. And I'm very happy to be moderating this session today. And actually, I've been part of this initiative from the very scratch, and I've seen the teams grow while advancing their solutions, and I'm very excited to hear their pitches today. And from 35 applications that we've received, we've narrowed down to 4 that are going to present their solutions today. And as Guilherme mentioned, the lucky winner will represent Malta in Geneva and will compete with other startups from all around the world. And this event is possible thanks to the exclusive regional partner, Mellifera. And this is the place where I would like to ask Joseph Camilleri, chairman of the board at Mellifera, to share a couple of words. Joseph, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Olga, and good afternoon to all. I've been asked to make a brief intro. Just a few words from me. I promise I won't take too much time because you, the competitors, are the protagonists this afternoon. But do allow me to express the honor and privilege for Mellifera to welcome you all to the final stage of the AI for Good Malta Factory Initiative. As you all know, this journey started with no less than 35 remarkable contestants, each of them bringing their passion, creativity, and expertise, I should say, as well to the table. Today, we are just down to 4 incredible teams who have demonstrated outstanding vision and commitment in using AI to address some of our everyday challenges in our everyday lives. As we stand here today, I want to take a moment to sincerely congratulate each and every one of you finalists. Your hard work, your dedication, and your innovative thinking have brought you this far. And I must express myself sincerely about this, regardless of the outcome from today's competition, if I may call it so. You should all be immensely proud of the work that you've done so far. You are part of something far bigger, contributing to at least one, but in many cases more than just one, of the 17 United Nations SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, working obviously to ensure a better and a fairer and a more sustainable future for humanity, I should say. I would also like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our participants, the mentors, and the partners. This initiative from the very beginning has been, I would say, a collective effort by many different parties. So it is, I must repeat myself here, it's been a privilege for Mellifera to be entrusted by ITU, the United Nations agency, to sponsor and handle the Malta stream for this global initiative. It's been, for me personally, a very rewarding experience to witness such innovative solutions, and we are excited to see what effectively comes next. At Mellifera, where I serve as chairman, we believe strongly in the transformative power of AI. As a licensed electronic money institution and an IT service provider, we rely on AI to manage our business risks, to ensure compliance, to monitor transactions, as well as to maximize profitability at the end of the day. We see AI as a tool that enables growth and innovation, whilst maintaining the highest standards, obviously, of responsibility and sustainability. But beyond business, AI has even greater potential. We believe firmly that AI is not just a passing fad. It is not a passing trend. It is here to stay. It is an invaluable resource that can and should be used for the betterment of humanity and our planet at the end of the day. And that is why we here at Mellifera are so proud to be part of this initiative and support those who use AI to make a positive difference. I'll come to my concluding comments. Today, we will only see one winner emerge. That is the way the game is played at the end of the day, who will advance to compete in the grand finale in Geneva, January of this year. However, as I said earlier, all of you, the finalists, are already winners. You've demonstrated not just technical expertise, but a deep sense of purpose, a commitment to addressing global challenges, and an unwavering belief in the potential of AI to create a better future. As you compete today, know that we are all cheering for you. We wish you all the very best of luck in all your presentations and in your future endeavors to make a real-world impact. We have every confidence that no matter what happens today, your work will continue to inspire, innovate, and drive change. Thank you once again to everyone involved in this wonderful initiative, and best of luck to all our finalists. Unfortunately, I will have to excuse myself. I would have loved to stay till the very end, but have other pre-planned commitments that I must attend to, but I will be rooting for all of you. Thank you very much, and Olga, I will surely be in touch with you following the final of this event. Thank you so much, everyone, and good luck.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you for such heartwarming speech. And before we jump into the presentation, I would like to quickly introduce our esteemed judges. Alexei Dingley, professor at the Department of Artificial Intelligence at the University of Malta. Miguel Borg, CEO of Malta Venture Capital. Ahmad Haimosa, head of PwC Austria AI Center of Excellence. Claudia Borg, associate professor at the Department of Artificial Intelligence at the University of Malta. And Trevor Samad, practitioner advisor at the Malta Digital Innovation Authority. And now that we've met our jury, let's set foundation for today. The rules are simple. Each startup will have 5 minutes for their pitch, followed by a 10-minute Q&A session. And if we have time, a little feedback from the jury as well. And startups will be reminded about the time when it's 1 minute left before they need to end their pitch. And without further action from my side. Let's welcome to the stage our first startup, Mellifera. Mellifera, the stage is yours.
It's no video, right?
You can share your video and
Yeah,
share
I cannot because it's like unable to start the video because it's disabled by the host. Yeah, good.
Yes, we can see you now.
So can you see my screen, the right screen with my slides?
No, we cannot see them.
No, we can't see those, Elena.
No. I'll try again. And now?
Yes, we can see them now.
You
Are you
can
ready to
see
start?
you can see the right screen with my slides, yeah?
Yes.
Because I have some difficulties using that.
Okay, are you ready to
Hello.
start?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Elena and the founder of Mellifera. Over 1 billion adults worldwide lack basic literacy skills, face language barriers, or struggle with dyslexia. Our goal is to help them. If you walk through any industrial site, you will see workers using thousands of paper forms every day. They slow them down, increase the chance of mistakes, and make their job more stressful. We target industries where mistakes cost lives and money. We see 250 million who need better software right away. Papers like SOPs, permits to work, and checklists create real problems at work sites. When workers don't understand steps well, they might tick boxes just formally. Supervisors find out about mistakes hours later and often too late. For teams with high turnover and many languages, it creates serious safety risks. In these industries, the gaps can lead to accidents, fines, or missed deadlines. Our solution translates papers into the right actions, good for workers and good for the company. Take a picture of your existing checklists, and our app converts it into the step-by-step guide that works for everyone. Paper forms are static. We are adaptive and follow company processes. Our AI adapts to both content and modality by preparing interaction scenarios with workers. They get clear instructions in their preferred format: text, voice, or visuals. Supervisors write instructions in their own languages, while workers see everything in theirs. If reading is difficult, they can listen to voice prompts instead. No more language barriers, no more confusion, no more missteps. Everyone understands exactly what they need to do. We adjust for each worker's experience level. New hires get detailed step-by-step guidance right where they need it. If they make mistakes, we show quick training to help them learn faster. For experienced workers, we streamline their tasks. We don't waste their time. If someone misses a step, they get instant feedback. We are preventing mistakes before they happen. Managers see which teams need extra help and get compliance reports without stress. Many remote work sites have poor internet. Our system works completely offline and syncs later. Mellifera supports business, workers, and the planet. For workers, we provide learning support that matches how they learn best. For the companies, we improve quality and safety while reducing paperwork. And for the planet, we help to save trees. The total opportunity is above 10 billion. Even 1% of that gives us 100 million in annual revenue. We are refining our product through deep user interviews. We already spoken with leaders in maritime, construction, and logistics. We build small proof of concepts to ensure it works for frontline workers. Then we launch pilots with global companies, stay lean, proving real value. When we reach product market fit, we start scaling broadly by signing mid-sized firms and targeting 10 million in annual revenue. Here, how we avoid LLM issues. We have specialized models for different fields like maritime or construction, but we never train on customer data. For every model, we build our own functional and paranoid tests. Before using any AI output, supervisors and experts review it. This is our team. I'm Elena, founder and CEO of MirShiPass. My experience as an air traffic controller taught me that following the right steps at the right time with full understanding and confidence is what keeps people safe. In aviation, there is no room for confusion or delay. Alex has over a decade of UX experience in construction, making sure our design works for real workers. And Dima, our CTO, handles AI and software. With a background in global banking security, he knows how to make our system compliant and reliable. Together, we understand both the technical challenges and the human side of workplace safety. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you for your pitch. And now it's time for us to get to the QA session from our judges. Judges, please.
I'll do my best to answer.
I have a question. Hi, Elena. First of all, well done.
Hi.
My question is, given the recent advancements in large language models and agentic AI, how do you see this sort of as do you consider this as being a threat to what you're trying to do? Because of course, these technologies can potentially also do what you're trying to do in an easier way.
So if I understood correctly, do you ask about kind of hallucinations?
No, I'm saying that these models are becoming extremely powerful now by the day. Today also they're moving towards agentic AI, so they're much more independent. They can formulate their own plans, find solutions. So do you see this as being a threat to the service you're trying to offer?
For example, if we take this the LLM like GPT or the Claude, so we can rely on this chat interface because workers, for example, they cannot type like while driving a truck or climbing into the crane cabin. So it also needs a stable internet. But many sites are offline in remote areas, for example, out of sea. And even worse that, for example, ChatGPT can make up answers out of nowhere. So it might skip a critical step or just fail in to handle like local compliance. That's why we built like our solution a bit special that we use AI, but we also add kind of set of fencing on top.
So
I don't know if I answer right to your questions.
Really,
that's how I got it.
So what's different from these models? Because you can download these models on a PC. You don't need the internet, so they have voice as well, so you can talk to them.
Yeah, no, because our model, like our model, can say is adaptive. So and we have different modality, like on a voice prompts and hands-free modality. I don't think that you can just download that kind of model that be so adaptive, because we're following the processes and the company, and it's always like on a human side and in between the AI outputs and the company, the workers or supervisors.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Trevor?
Quick question from my end. Two questions actually. One, whether you've applied any special security measures in deploying your solutions to cater for these types of users. right? And the second question is whether you have considered the hardware aspect, in the sense that some of these employees use paper not just capriciously, but because it has almost infinite battery life, and it's some paper and that they use actually is adapted for marine environments, oily environment, dirt. Whether you have considered the hardware side to use your product on robust machines.
Would you mind to repeat the first question for me?
Yes, certainly. Did you adopt like any specialized security measures for these kind of users? You know that these users can be difficult, for example, to use digital machines, right? But did you implement like a special identity, for example, identity recognition on the user to make it easy and yet secure?
So I'm not that technical guy in our in our like startup.
It's okay. Normally the users, how will they log onto your system? How do you identify that
I think
Mr. X is really Mr. X and not giving the company secret like to another user next to him, right? Because you can have several type of employees in one construction site, for example, from the images that you've shown us.
So I think we're not identify we're not identity now. It's like you just use your own smartphone.
It's okay. Normal use of
Yeah,
smartphone. I understand.
I just try to follow your
No
question.
issues. And the second part is, are you just software developers, or did you team up with hardware developers to develop special hardware to use your solution?
No, we have the hardware developers too.
What kind? Is it like a different phone or a different tablet, or do you know the type of hardware that you cooperated with?
No, I'm not sure that I know about it exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miguel.
Yes, I want to ask more about the financial model, about the business
Yeah.
model, especially in phase one, because I saw that you have 3 phases. Can you explain more? Because obviously in the pitch it was quite fast. So especially in phase one, what would be the business model? How will this business generate income to survive for the next phases?
May I ask you again if you can see the slides? Because I have a slide about like regarding this question. Can you see my slides?
No, I'm not seeing your slides, but
No?
maybe you can explain a bit.
Just a second. So yeah, I try to explain. So I believe that that the safety it shouldn't be like the luxury. Every worker deserves the right tools to stay like safe and do their job well. So that's why our revenue model balances like impact and sustainability. For example, big international companies rely on us to keep like safety consistent in every country they operate. For example, like whatever Europe, Africa, or Asia, and they can subscribe to the advanced AI reporting. And smaller, like local companies in the developing countries, they can get access to affordable like safety tools that really match they already spent on paper checklists or maybe on some like digital checklists. So it means that improving safety doesn't cost them more. And we also plan to partner with organizations who support immigrant workers to help them to get more like safety at work too. So if you can picture, for example, like in a small Nigerian logistics company can pay, for example, $5 per user to give like workers clear, voice-guided safety steps in their language. But meanwhile, a large US construction company subscribes to advanced AI reporting, like for $25 per user to avoid legal risks. So it's like I see this like in a win-win situation. Companies get like safer, smarter workplaces, and the workers like everywhere get that guidance and safety they deserve. It's how I can see the revenue model.
Okay, thank you.
We have some time left. Claudia, please.
So a question regarding the compliance part. You've already kind of touched a bit in the previous section, but have you factored the different compliance requirements in different countries? Because obviously I'm assuming you're compliant to local legislation, right? Where legislation and safety legislation is different in different countries. So have you considered the implications of changing these, modifying according to, so it's kind of tailoring your solution to these different countries, and what type of costs would be involved?
Thank you for your question. So I can say that we keep human supervisors in the control of all final. No, I got your questions. So each model uses a knowledge base and compliance rules. But as I said, we never use customer data. We integrate new cases into our like synthetic samples. If anything seems unclear, our confidence monitor flags it for extra attention. So, and this structured process prevents AI hallucination and guarantees accurate and the reliable results in the critical scenarios.
I'm sorry, I have to stop you now because we are out of time. Thank you. Thank you, judges, for the questions. And thank you, Mellifera. Thank you, Elena, for your presentation. And now we are moving on to our next pitch from Flexum.
Thank you.
Flexum, are you ready?
Yes, can you see my screen, right?
Yes, the stage is yours.
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Artem. It's great to be here. And I'm excited to show you how we use AI in advanced manufacturing. And our product called Flexum. It's a smart software that simplifies complex 3D printing. Let's start. So 3D printing is now everywhere, and businesses use it for production and prototyping. Industry is huge and growing. However, the process is not that sustainable. 1/3 of all plastic used is just thrown away, and that's a tons of waste every day. And there are also other problems, like thousands of failed prints, and it's not only about plastic, it's mostly metal and composites. The software is made by experts for experts, and it's super hard to use. And machines are getting more and more complex, and it's super hard to find a skilled operator. But why is it so? Right? The process looks simple. You take a digital model, upload it to the software, and the software explains the machine how to print it. And everyone is happy. But in reality, a team spends days discussing and planning for the perfect part, and then production starts. But a small mistake in settings can make part completely useless. So adjusting settings again and again, team discussions, and the whole process may take up to 2 weeks instead of 1-2 days. And Flexum solves it. Our smart software finds the best strategy how to print the part. And you don't need deep domain expertise, and no more failed prints. So you just click print, and that's it. And so how it works, user uploads a model. Our smart algorithms adds on request, and then this request sent to LLM. LLM finds the best way, the best printing workflow, how to print this part. And then it's sent back to our smart mathematical algorithms, which check technical feasibility. And if it's okay, you get the best part, the best result on the first attempt. And this is possible with AI, because even someone in a team, like technician or designer or project lead, can use complicated model, send it to an advanced machine, and get a great result on the first print. And just think of thousands of unproductive work hours that's spent on adjusting settings. And with Flexum automation, users can now innovate instead of just wasting time. And more labor can be more highly productive. And no failed prints means that less material is consumed and less is wasted afterwards. So we prevent waste generation, and this is a real impact. Our business model is based on collaborations, and our revenue is generated by subscription, either licensing. So, and our customers are manufacturers who want to improve their production, or hardware producers who want to make their machines smarter. For the entry market, we're targeting DACH region. It has a lot of small and mid-sized manufacturers, and we have strong connections there. So it's a great place for us to start. Our solution was conducted by expert interviews. Our slicing software is ready to market-ready product, and we're assembling unique multi-axis printer in order to prove competitive advantage of our software. And AI automation development is now active, and we're going to have a beta version in next quarter. And our solution is scalable based on partnerships. And we help companies, to adapt new technologies, because machines are getting more and more complex, but know-how isn't always there. And the most potential we see in small and medium enterprises, because they have now access to easy to use. Yes, thank you. Easy to use automation, which can increase their productivity and allow them to be more sustainable without relying on deep domain expertise, which is on shortage right now. Our team. This is Mike, my co-founder. He's an expert in robotics, 3D printing, and software, and he's passionate about this idea. And he's building this for years. And his mathematical algorithms are already solving complex tasks in printing. And with AI, it becomes even more impactful. I'm on the business side with background in automotive industry and team leadership. And together we're on a mission to make advanced manufacturing sustainable, efficient, and accessible for everyone. In the end, we would like to thank AI for Good Malta team for amazing support. And thank you. I would be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Artem, for your presentation. And I can see the first question from Ahmad. Go ahead.
Yes, thanks so much. Very interesting. I like how you stated the problems and the solution. Just a question from my side, because the worst is happening, as you mentioned, because of many human mistakes. Can you identify what type of mistakes are these and how LLM actually can solve them?
Yeah, thank you for the question. And that's really what we are discussing right now with my co-founder, because the product not to be ideal, but maybe it should be just better than human decisions process, and we need to overcome these human biases a bit. So this human biases, and as you mentioned, for example, it takes 2 or 3 attempts, even 4 or 5 or even higher, to get a great result in the end. So even the deep experts, they can't do it in one attempt, because of course we have our own biases, our own beliefs, and we need to try. And LLM in that case, it could, by this loop that we have, it can determine many strategies and suggest the best one. And this is how we overcome this. I hope I have answered your question.
But is it like, is it more like here, like an agent are we talking about, or just an LLM that you prompt it with the description and suggest an answer. Does it have like simulation as a tool? Yeah, I see.
Yes, thank you. I would like to show this how it works in our solution.
Mm-hmm.
So when users send a request, our algorithms, they add some information on the request, and then it goes to LLM. And so LLM, he just based on the input, he suggests the different ways that allows the best strategy, and then it get back to our engine. So our algorithms double check if it's technically possible, if it's really feasible to print it that way. And then if that's okay, request returns to user and he can click print.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Miguel, your question?
Yeah, so I would like to talk a bit about the business model. So if I understood correctly, obviously this business model is not a standardized product, so it has to be in a way calibrated for each client. From a business perspective, how long does this take? So what are, in your mind, the costs involved? So how would the company tackle these calibrations, let's say, with the different clients? Eventually in the different phases once we are growing, once we are commercializing the product.
Hi, Miguel. Thank you for the question. You're completely right. This is one of our limitations, by the way, that there are a variety of hardware, so we need to fine-tune our software for specific needs of customers. And it depends, really, if we talk about small and medium enterprise manufacturers, for example, so they may use our solution, for example, and we don't need so deep involvement. But for hardware producers, as the case we have right now, for example, they ask us, okay, this is an advanced machine, and could you help us, to get a software because no one knows how to use it. And with AI, it's possible. And you have asked how long it takes. We believe now that what we have at the moment, that 3 to 4 months, and it will be a complete solution for our client. So based on his deep technical hardware issues. Have I answered or something left?
Yes, but I have a supplementary question. So from a business model perspective, 3 to 4 months you're talking, and we are talking about, obviously now, for now at least, a team of 2. So you are obviously looking for, when we are going to the, let's say, commercialization part, you are looking obviously for a significant increase in resources to help obviously tackle a number of clients, I would assume. No?
Yeah, of course, but well, it depends on what concrete outcomes the customer wants. So we are now a team of 2, and the customer that approached us, for example, he knows that we're expert in this domain, so we can help him for self-tune. But for example, for small and medium manufacturers that want to adapt this advanced manufacturing, it will be completely different. So in this context, we should partner with, of course, and we partner with hardware producers that can, and we get a complete solution. Like, for example, here is your robotic arm and our software, and you don't need a team of engineers. Your engineer with basic knowledge can handle it, and you can create all kinds of products that you need.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alexei?
Hi, Artem. Thank you and well done.
Alexei.
Can you tell me a little more about how you will handle the hallucinations from the LLM?
Hallucinations. This is a discussion that we have right now with our co-founder and with experts on bootcamp. Of course, they can happen, but we think in our case we can mitigate them because we have this kind of our engine, our mathematical algorithms that double checks what LLM creates. So if in the end the answer is not that feasible, our engine will deny the answer. And so this way, the way how we mitigate these possible hallucinations.
Okay, and what LLMs are you using?
Now we're trying the most powerful one, like O3 Mini. And I think, yeah. But later we have plans to move to. But yeah, I'm not that precise on technical side. Sorry, yeah.
But more sort of, you're not using your own LLM. Maybe you got one and you fine-tuned it or whatever. I'm asking because, sometimes when they issue a new version of the LLM, it might change a lot, and that might affect your system.
Yeah, and that's also one of the risks, I think, in our case, that if you, for example, use one LLM and then it's get another and it's more powerful, for example. But no, of course we don't to fine tune or train our LLMs at the moment. We just use prompt engineering, context API. But the next step, but it's very difficult step and very costly step. Maybe we should do it, of course.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Ahmad, yes, another question?
Yes, follow-up question. Are these LLMs connected to any past human experience, or you are not doing that to avoid human bias?
Good question. Yeah, highly relevant. Thank you. We want to overcome this, I think, by this prompt engineering, because every situation is unique.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, for some enterprise solutions, or for hardware integrations, we need to I think do this magic with prompt engineering. That's but I'm sorry that I'm not that precisely on technical.
No, thank you.
Claudia?
It's a follow-up. The idea of focusing so much on prompt engineering, does it mean that you will need to train your future customers on how to actually prompt the system, or is it something that you are doing in the background?
Oh, thank you, Claudia. Also, a great question, because it's two ways here. So one way is to use just AI chatbot inside our software. And the second, and we think it's the best way to use it, to be honest, it's a pre-ready set of questions and answers. So based on the user experience, we can say, okay, these are questions that we want to ask the user, and these are the possible questions, set of questions and set of answers. And based on, because it's easier for everyone, we want to make it accessible for everyone. And user can just click through and to get the final result by this. And all this magic happens on backend. Yeah.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions from the judges? I guess we are moving on then. Flexum, thank you for your presentation. Judges,
thank you so much
for the question.
It was a pleasure.
And we are moving on to the next startup, RLT.
Hello, can you hear me? And can you see my shared screen?
Yes, you ready to start?
1 second, just a little. I'm an active fire chief on duty, so I'm now on duty. It happened so that it happened today. So if I have a call, I will have to run. Hopefully, it never happens. But just for you to know, let's start. Ready?
Let's go.
Hello, my name is Ilya Boyka, and I am from Resilient Life Tools Project. Our team is creating an expert-guided AI emergency preparedness support system aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals number 9 and 11. Our team is founded by 2 frontline firemen with more than 25 years of experience. And during career, we've seen many people suffer and even lives lost. And mostly, the reason was panic. And the main reason of panic was unpreparedness. So our mission is to solve unpreparedness before disaster strikes. Problem is obvious. The number of natural and man-made disasters is rising. People, communities, and businesses are increasingly vulnerable to disasters. From wildfires to floods, societies are exposed and unprepared. And the point is that response systems are developing, but preparedness systems are lack of attention. So Resilient Life Tools bridges this critical gap between the start of an emergency and the arrival of professionals when people are the most vulnerable, empowering people to prepare in advance and receive real-time guidance during crisis. Our B2B and B2C solutions create a synergistic system where public users refine our AI platform through real-world interactions, while businesses benefit battle-tested AI solutions. To achieve this, we're using technologies like LLMs, multimodal AI, predictive modeling, RAG, and knowledge graphs. We're currently focused on 2 flagship products. For people and communities is Emerbot, an instant emergency guide and risk assistant. For businesses and small and middle of all size businesses were creating ERP compliance AI service that generates emergency planning and compliance reports for businesses. How it works. So MRBot for people and communities, very easy. It allows users to ask safety-related questions using their phone or computer. In response, they receive personalized, step-by-step guidance based on official recommendation, safety regulations, and best practices. The key benefits of MRBot include real-time updates, instant reliable answers, improved personal and community safety, and strong potential as a tool for safety education. For businesses, we're building ERP compliance AI that analyzes full scope of clients' emergency preparedness and safety management documentation and generates emergency action and response planning, regulatory compliance reports, safety checklists, and other types of ERP materials. Outcome is based on main HEC and safety standards like COMA, CVSO 3 Directive, OSHA, ISO, NFPA, depending on client's jurisdiction. And benefits of system are accuracy, speed, comprehensive analysis, and reasonable price compared to existing solutions. Of course, we all know that AI carries risks like hallucinations, black box issues, scaling problems, and we address these through multiple safeguards. For technical, we use expert-reviewed templates, audit trails, and RAG algorithms ensuring verifiable recommendations. For legal, NDAs, regular audits, strict guidelines, and liability coverage. For regulatory, full GDPR and e-privacy directives compliance. We're stepping into a huge and dynamic $8.9 billion market with 11.7% annual growth. And this growth is now driven by regulatory demands, ESG, AI transformation, and of course by a global shift towards proactive safety and compliance. And roadmap is ambitious. Our short-term target is to launch Malta pilot, validate user needs, refine functionality. Midterm is to expand database, enhance AI personalization, develop B2G partnership with educational bodies and emergency services. And the long-term target is to scale globally to create a cross-border safety network serving businesses and communities worldwide. We're strongly focused on capacity building through tech training, emergency response education, and public awareness with ongoing user feedback to evolve the platform. And we're also open to partnership with governments, tech teams, and educational institutions. In our team, we have fire chief, HSE and resilience expert, AI engineer, design and marketing professional. We're all from different countries, but we together start from Malta to build more than a startup, but a global safety movement with a lifetime of impact. Contact us. We're ready to build safer and more resilient world. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you so much.
It's time for the questions now. Yes, first question from Ahmed.
Thanks so much for the presentation and for the very inspiring use case. My basically one question is you are doing risk evaluation using AI or risk mitigation and evaluation using AI. My question, how do you mitigate the risk of AI? This is, you answered partially, but how do you actually practically manage that? And are you considering a human in the loop for that, or is it like full automated risk evaluation?
So the heart of our system, and you know, it's I said about it, it's standardized in standards. The point is that all the answers we're given are taken from either standards or recommendations, formal recommendations, like governmental, like, you know, formalized, or best practices. In terms of business, it's industry practices. In terms of people, it's Red Cross, United Nations, and all the other recommendations. So we're not letting the model to create the answer itself. We're making the model to search for answer in knowledge database based on RAG, on RAG system. And this answer is always proved. It always got a link to something. That's our point. We don't want the system to create. We want it to search and provide. So as for RAG, I can show you. So our approach steps with getting the data from papers. Like, you know, I'm talking about business and people. For business, we're taking all the scope of company information, which is formalized. Also on top, we're adding standards, international standards, local standards, national standards, but it all, once again, formalized. So To create this RAG database, we do the parsing with custom PDF extraction, data cleaning, vector database, retrieve, and answer generation. And to verify the accuracy of recommendations, our RAG system undergoes multi-level validations. So first, all source data is verified by safety experts, of course, because we have safety experts here in team and we want to employ more. Second, we use a hybrid approach with FICE vector search and our memory ranking, which ensures both semantic and keyword relevance. And third, each recommendation is verified through an audit system for compliance with official safety standards. And we maintain complete traceability of sources for each recommendation. And it's critical for reducing risk in such sensitive area and safety. So if you want, I can tell you how we try to address the hallucinations when delivering critically safe recommendations.
That's I think it's clear enough. But do you consider also user feedback if in case of inaccurate answer?
Yes, because right now in alpha testing, the system was sent to health, safety, and rescue professionals. So we have personalized link invitations for firefighters and rescuers from industry, like Middle East, Russia, from training, Malta, from like just general firefighting and rescue services from Armenia and Serbia. In several countries, several approaches. And we're asking them not only to ask the question and we're tracking them, but to assess an answer and give recommendations of what standard may be applied or which recommendation may be used in terms of like first aid, emergency preparedness, and so on, to make the question reliable.
Okay.
And this is going to be an ongoing practice.
Thank you. Alexei, your question?
Hi, Ilya. Thank you for this. So essentially, you're describing here the RAG process, but we all know that RAG is far from perfect. So how will you deal with that?
So with this, once again, we deal with verification. If we're talking about the clarity of answers and hallucinations, am I get the question right?
Well, not just because sometimes RAG doesn't necessarily gives you the best answer either.
We have a system allocated for queue reclassification with contextual constraints, non-target context filter, and weighting of the answers in the internal database that provides like more or less clear guidance for the system which answer is more reliable for this case. Because each case may be like asked in different words.
So how does that work? Because RAG is you're identifying information almost semantically. But if you have another system before that, wouldn't that affect then the RAG output?
Not really, because we look applying several technologies like lemma processing framework, multimodal integration, knowledge graphs, and predictive modeling. With how can I say it? With smart access and smart approach. So we have specialists in our team in security, safety, and system sustainability, and hopefully confidence scoring. That's the main thing that we're now looking at, and now it's in the middle of discussion. So the confidence scoring is like a thing that we're just talking about right now. I hope I answered you, as long as I'm not the main technical guy in the team.
No, not really. You don't have an architectural diagram because you mentioned a lot of concepts, but how they fit together, it's very unclear in my mind. If you don't have it, it's okay. I mean, I'm just asking.
Okay, but generally,
no worries. It's fine for me. Thank you.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you. Claudia, your question?
Yes, thanks, Ilya. I have a question regarding your business, your customer model, right? You mentioned that you have you want to aim for direct customers and for businesses. Is that correct?
Yes.
And customers, the direct customers, if I understood well, would be a free version.
It is. It will be.
And okay, so in my mind, I see the value of your proposition from a business perspective, because I think as well, if I understand correctly, this can be used to help organizations build their standard operating procedures in terms of critical events, right? And there I see value, and I understand that it's going to ideally, right, generate revenue. But when it comes for the individual, I'm not seeing much value, and I think there it will need a lot of effort from your part to be able to deal with the individual scenarios.
Yes and no. So in terms of businesses, you're absolutely right. We're now focused on very narrow niche of emergency response preparedness. And mostly for Europe, it's regulated by CVSA 3 directive and COMA system with emergency response planning, emergency response cards, tactical information plans, standard operation procedures, which all can be formalized. So business part is more or less, I would say, predictive. We know this niche and we're working in this niche for years. As for people and individuals, it all started as an idea of it all started when my wife called me and said, I broke a thermometer. What should I do? And I said, okay, let's do it with Google because I don't know where's the nearest station that gets this. And then I thought maybe it's a good thing to ask. And that's the first question I asked to our new model. I broke the thermometer. What should I do with things in that? And it gave all this answer. But the point is that, and I told about it in the beginning, we're working with preparedness, and it will require a lot of efforts to make people use this and to promote it, because people are thinking about their safety only when it's the flame is next to them.
When it's critical.
So that's why we outlined the collaboration with educational institutions, with governmental services and things like that. So we're creating a tool, but as we already planned, about 25 to 30% of marketing spends will be aimed to promote readiness, this way or another. To explain people that it's a good idea before you go to Egypt and use this U-boat for tourists, ask what would be the dangers and what should I think about. So it should be a very valuable asset for people who actually don't know that they really need it. But we're working with scenarios of engagement, and we're working with scenarios of promotion base to make people safer, to make people thinking about safety. And it all based by the outcome of business solutions that will generate the actual revenue. And of course, for people and for the individuals, we know that United Nations Sendai initiative, we met with some representatives of some countries already. They're very interested in supporting us.
Sorry, yeah, I will have to stop you here because we're running out of time. Sorry, we're very strict on time. Thank you for your answers. Thank you for the questions, judges. And we are now moving on to our last startup for today. The time is going very fast. And next on is Homai.
Yep, I need access to share my screen. Now I have.
Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Go ahead, the stage is yours.
Okay. Hello, my name is Galim. I'm a machine learning engineer, and today I'm happy to be here and introduce our product Homai. It is AI-powered smart speaker that designed to preserve minority languages and local cultures by putting it directly into homes and classrooms. There are 1,700 languages, but every 40 days, one language are going to disappear. And our team also experienced it. Our team is native on Bashkir language, and we see that children with internet access since birth, born in the last 15 years, barely speaks our own native language. And the rise of AI gives us hope that we can fix this problem. And our solution is Homai, smart speaker that supports low resource languages and cultures. We created an easy-to-use, accessible device, so to make it effortless for children to grow up hearing and using their mother tongue. After distributing our first batch of product into our focus group, it was clear for us that smart speaker itself is not enough, and cultural relevance is crucial. So we started adding fairy tales, local music, and content about our traditions and history. With this, Homai is not just an extension of LLM. It is something bigger, and it takes us apart. And we already had our first pilot with the Bashkir-speaking kindergartens and school, where teachers used the Homai in their daily activities. When we built Homai for Bashkir language, we received interest from other language communities. Usually, other language communities have skills, but it is distributed across many people. And what they need is a clear process of digitalization of their language. So we started simplifying our process of integration new language into our smart speaker. Now, currently, we have a platform, and we give full guidance and tools in the way of digitalization of these languages. And this is a part of our B2B strategy. So what do we need for adding new language? First, we need technologies like large language model, automatic speech recognition, and text-to-speech, and we need data to train them. Then, second step is adding cultural content. We added Marie. We added technologies for Marie, and currently we are working on custom node database for this language. And for research purposes, we are working on Maltese also, using open source datasets. We understand that there is a concern about privacy and responsible AI. So here how we handle it. There is no background listening from our smart speaker. It only sends user audio data when user press the button or say the wake word. And we never sell user data. We rely a lot actually on built-in safeguards of LLM to prevent unwanted content from children. And of course, we create cultural content with local community to ensure high quality of the content and low bias. We're exploring partnerships with non-governmental organizations and agencies to fund our smart speaker for libraries and school. We also aim to sell individual subscriptions to users. It will become sustainable after 10,000 users. And educational institutions can license our platform, so we will provide them technical backbone and they curate the language resources by themselves. Homai directly addresses several sustainable development goals, like quality education by providing language learning tool, reduce inequalities by providing a digital platform for minority languages, sustainable cities and communities by improving cultural vitality, and partnerships for the goals by relying on collaborations with low-resource language enthusiasts, institutions, and communities. Our small team specialized on technology for low-resource languages. We see ourselves as facilitators that connect modern AI with grassroots language preservation efforts. Thank you for your time. Homai brings minority languages into the digital era. And I'm open for your questions.
Thank you for your presentation. And I can see that we already have our first question from Alexei. Alexei?
Hi, Galim. Thank you and well done. Can you tell me a little bit about the AI models you're using?
So we have three main AI, let's say, machine learning models. It is automatic speech recognition, text-to-speech, and large language model. For large language model, currently we cannot fine-tune model for new language because it is much more expensive and difficult. So currently we can only work with language that already well supported with a large language model. For Bashkir, it is the case. For example, models from Google and OpenAI very well support Bashkir language. For automatic speech recognition and text-to-speech, a little bit different. We need only 50 hours for automatic speech recognition and about 10 hours for text-to-speech to fine-tune multilingual model for new language.
Yeah.
I think for automatic recognition we use...
But which models are you actually using?
For Bashkir, we use GPT-4o as LLM. As automatic speech recognition, we use Whisper with WAV to VEC. And for text-to-speech, we use Piper, some open source multilingual text-to-speech system.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Trevor, your question?
Okay, good question from mine. Thank you for the answers, even to Professor Dingley there. So Homai, for the low resource languages, did I understand correctly that you use your speaker to add more data on these low resource languages? Are you collecting data in that sense to eventually perhaps develop or refine the models, in-house models, if you're developing any?
Yeah, so we do not collect any data with our smart speaker. We collect it in prior of presenting the smart speaker to the community. So first we work a lot with the community, with enthusiasts. They help us a lot. For Bashkir, it was a little bit different. It was kind of semi-manual. We had a site where people can register and donate their voices. Now, currently, we're working on standardized standard for all languages. Like we have our site, and if you have your own low resource language and you want to promote it, you can create a new portal there and just ask people to donate their voices, to donate texts if they have any. So we collect it separately, and then we fine-tune our models with this data. Then we collect cultural content, and then we present smart speaker. And actually, with these steps, we have kind of IKEA effect. When people they donated their voice and they participated on creating this smart speaker, we feel the high level of loyalty because people participated on it and they feel that they are part of the team.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the answer.
Thank you. Claudia, yes, your question?
Yes, thanks. So with respect to the modifying, let's say, the product, right, to different cultures, this requires connecting. So it's not just in terms of who you have on your team, but also the connections at a local level, whichever low resource language you're dealing with. How do you plan on doing that, like in your business model?
So actually, there are a lot of agencies that already try to preserve low resource languages, and they do a lot of activities, like they print new books and they make events and so on. We provide them a new dimension of how they can preserve the language, and also we can. I can say about the Bashkir case because we had a lot of experience with it. We participated in events, in meetups, and after each meetup, we have many people that was writing us and say, we want the same thing for our language. How we can start? What should we do? Can you please teach us? So I would say we just need to participate in every meetups in person. There are a lot of them, and our product is quite unique. So we always get the invitation to invite if we want. So this is and also many languages they are located in small regions. So it may be multiple languages covered with one meetup. So we can cover multiple languages at once.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions from the judges? Well, I guess we are done with the pitches. Congratulations for all the startups for completing this stage. And it's now time for our judges to deliberate the winner. And judges will now go to a separate room to pick the lucky winner that will represent Malta in the AI for Good in Geneva, the big event. And in the meantime, we will stay with the startups for a little chit chat to see how they feel now that this big stage is finished. And wait for the big results. So our judges are slowly disappearing to... Yes, the judges are gone now. You can breathe in, breathe out.
No, that's a great experience. Good job, teams. Galim, Elia, and Elena.
Yeah, guys, your presentations were incredible. And the change from the first day till today, incredible.
Yeah.
Pretty well thought products. I'm jealous.
How do you guys feel?
I'm feeling good right now. To be honest, yeah. Because and you guys, how, Galim? How's yours?
I feel a little bit relieved because a lot of now we have culmination of our preparation. So yeah, I'm a little bit happy. A lot of endorphins. So
Yeah, endorphins. It's the right word. And relief. Bit nervous still though.
Yeah.
Now it's like the biggest part is done, so we only have to sit and wait for the results. But either way, I think it was a great experience for all of you, and I would like to know how was this experience for you, the whole boot camp. Was it something extremely new? Was it not so new?
I think the most crucial was the support of you, Olga, and of other experts like Rinat, Ksenia. That was really super valuable, because feedback is everything when you start something from the beginning or you are on the first steps. Yeah. So big thanks to you. As we said in our presentations, it's amazing support, and we want to thank you, really. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Galim, Ilya, Elena, how was your experience with this boot camp?
Yeah, we had a lot of new things. Oh, sorry.
No, keep going.
Okay, I will be short. Yeah, I want to thank you, everyone. It was really great for us and a lot of new information, because our team mostly quite technical, and maybe we had lack of such knowledge we received here. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, other experts. Yeah. And I'm giving the word to Elena.
Elena?
Yeah. So thank you very much. First of all, for that like support and guidance, as I said, that really helped us to develop. And I got many insights regarding our product and that solution, which is, I think, is more important than even to be a winner here. Now, I have something. Like I have some tools and I see the way how we can develop our product. But regarding the presentation, of course, I was so nervous. Now, I think about all those questions, and now I know the answer. But at that time, it was really hard to answer, because it's it's really short time to prepare, it's really short time to catch the right one. So, and also I'm not the technical guy in our startup, and many things they're just really new for me. I just try to memorize something and try to understand something. It's like it's not my field. So, and that's why it was really challenging for me. But anyway, I think it was really useful too. So thank you, guys. It was a pleasure to have you as a team.
Thank
you. The same for you.
Likewise.
And you were the bravest among us, so you have started the whole thing. So
yeah, indeed.
I'm actually curious if any of you had to pivot a lot during this boot camp.
We do. Yes,
could you share the story so that our viewers can listen in?
Yeah, sure. Initially, we were a hardware software solution. But since January, a lot of things changed. It depends on, it not depends, but based on experts from the bootcamp and based on interviews and conversations with potential customers and with customers, or we have understood that software is a game changer here and not the hardware. And a lot of companies, they're looking for software solution, and especially for this automation, because really lack of professionals, and especially in the DACH region, for example, where salaries are, working hours are very costly. So this automation is precious. Yeah. And that's why we pivoted, I think, in the middle.
Any other pivots happened?
Same for us. We went down the whole way of the classical pivot path, with started with a change of audience, change of business model, focusing at one function, two functions instead of whole scope, changing the marketing and potential selling channels. Thanks for your advice, because we started with okay, tomorrow we'll get the world. And then end up with, okay, guys, there's a niche. Let's try to show off that we know what we're doing. I hope so.
How did you actually come up with your solution?
You're talking about our solution.
Yeah. I'm curious about every solution, but since you're asked to.
But I told the story while answering the question, because
yeah, but maybe there's something more to it.
Of course, more, because in addition, we have a lot of trainings, a lot of exercises in emergency response, and I started training my LLM model, ChatGPT model for emergency response. I started, feeding normatives, started feeding calculation basics for response, and then I started using it during emergency response, and it proved to be pretty valuable. While, for instance, you need to have a quick calculation of, like, you have an oil spill and you have time, a rupture, pressure, product, you need to get a surface. So you ask it in any form, it gives you an instant answer. Then I started asking about precise calculations as per the standard. And then the glitches appeared and hallucinations appeared, because we found out, and already a team was by the time, that the just not really properly trained model takes the standard and starts picking up data from different tables. And some of those tables are not relevant to what you actually need to have. Then we came to the idea of training a model to find the proper information in a table, meaning that you cut in standards and so on. And then we came out like, sounds like a nice product. Why don't we try? So the idea is to teach AI to understand standards clearly and give standard-based answers instead of something it creates, even if many times it creates it correctly.
Thank you. Curious to hear other stories.
Great story.
Did you wake up one day and decided that 3D printing needs to be transformed completely?
No, that's to be honest, I'm very curious to hear about Galim's stories about home AI, because it's really interesting and fascinating technology. So maybe he will start, please, if it's possible.
Actually, for me, it will be maybe difficult because I'm not a founder, actually. The founder is Aegis, and he started his project, and then I joined only 1 year later. So I can say how I joined it. I've seen his project in Instagram, and I was curious. I thought I have experience, but I've never used my experience for my own heritage, for my own native language. So I can help here, and I just followed him, and he just invited me to the team without any hesitation. So it was really great, and really great team. I'm happy to work with them.
The power of social media.
Yeah, really. And I just wanted to add that I'm also from Bashkir, initially from Bashkir region, and have a lot of Bashkir friends. So yeah, so
we can
that's why
contribute potentially to the.
So we will send you one example of our sample that you can learn our language.
Okay, yeah, but I know some words, of course, but yeah, great story. And to answer about our solution, that it was like it was my co-founder's idea, the same like for Galim, and I joined not from the beginning, and it was a fascinating technology. Like, why not to do it that way? Because it could solve a lot of problems in the industry, and step by step, yeah, it's finally here. It's finally here.
Elena, what's your story?
My story? Like my personal story or my professional story?
Let's keep it professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you come up with the idea? Was it any issue that
it was the idea appeared from our CTO, Dmitry. So and then he shared it with me, and my past experience at the airport. I worked there for a few years, and it touched me because I faced many situations, dangerous situations at work, just because we didn't have at that time the great automation and like that safety procedures, like they were like they happened. So I don't know how to say, like I just seen many dangerous situations at work just because we didn't have that solution that really can provide the help, like in a real life help, and follow the new workers and the procedures, and all the stuff that we need at work, like to make the work safe. So that's why it touched me, because I know now in aviation it's a completely different story. I think in aviation, as I know, they have a really like high standards, and they have that automation like level that they really need to have. But in the other industries, they don't. So, and then I like this idea, but again, I'm not the tech guy, so I have no idea how actually I have no idea about this implementation and all this development stage, but I know like my CTO can make it and our team can make it. So, and it was really my pain, because I know that people need it. And then I just I decided to interview people like leaders from that industries, and I made like deep interviews, and then I got to know that they really need it. They still need it. So that's why, okay, I said yes, let's go with that. So I think that we really have a great potential. So that's why I'm here. I really believe that we can make, at least for workers, make their job more like safe, and like with no stress, because it's quite stressful job in all these industries like maritime, construction, logistics, I think agriculture too. So that's it.
Thank you. It's great to see here all of your stories. I have one question that's more of a casual one, but still connected to AI. If you didn't have your startup, but you had this AI magic wand that could fix one global problem, what would you fix? I guess that's not that easy of a question, yeah.
No, easy for us because we're already working on this. So like people.
Exactly.
Yes, people perception of danger and people perception of preparedness. That's a problem. All the time, if you're like, you arrive into a fire, people suffered, and then they start blaming you because you were too late, they're out of water, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, it turned out so that they were just, violating the basic rules. And if they just thought about it for a minute, nothing would have happened. And I would really like to make people think twice before doing something, or at least like, have an idea of how it may end up. It's not a paranoid, it's just a basic like practice that allows you to like live a safer life. So that's what I would personally do.
Well, you are already doing that with your startup partially.
Hopefully.
Other teams?
Yeah, I can. So I think that if the AI can help lonely people to don't feel that loneliness, I don't know how, but it will be great. I think with that immigration, I'm also like immigrant for many years, and I don't know if any AI can make it that, like, for example, my parents don't miss me so much that they can see like children, like grandchildren, and I don't know, somehow different reality to connect with them, because it's a big gap between like grandma, grandpa, and their grandchildren, because like we raising our kids here, it's a different culture, it's a different languages. I don't know how to connect my kids with my mom, with my parents. If I can make it, I would be happy.
I think that's a complicated one.
Yeah, I know.
But this is actually indeed something that a lot of people would benefit.
To connect people, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So many great SDG targets, so it's complicated to choose one. And yeah. And Olga, could we ask you?
My AI magic wand?
Yes. Will be
No,
interesting to know.
now I'm a prisoner of my own question because I've never thought about it.
Well, it's really not that easy.
It's not that easy, no. Because when I saw your faces, so once I asked this question, I realized that's not a casual one. But I might agree with Elena and maybe steal her idea a bit, that this is something that could be a good thing. And actually, if we are about to think like globally, I think that I would agree both with Elena and Ilya actually, and I think that we would highly benefit from a tool that could potentially save lives, both physically and mentally as well, because mental health is very important. And I think for a lot of years, people have underestimated the importance of it. And only now we start to talk about it more and more and start to think about it and actually do something about it. So if AI could potentially contribute to that, then I think that would be tremendous help.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah.
Yes.
And speaking about business courses nowadays, they usually start with, this, okay, think of positive impact that your business can do. And I think it's a right course at the moment. So it's not only about money, but it's mostly about impact. And it's great that everyone here, it's not only about how to make your money and how to grow your business, but how to make a real impact. So positive impact through business, it's really important, I think. And entrepreneurs are the one who are making it.
That's why it's called AI for Good.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why basically you're all here. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we have our judges back. This means that the decision has been made.
That's correct.
Let's wait for everyone to join in. We're missing Claudia. Miguel, yes, everyone's here. Dear judges, who will be the spokesperson? Trevor?
I am. Yes. So are you ready for the decision and the result?
We are.
All right. So first of all, thank you very much for inviting us. It's a great honor, as always, to be with International Telecommunications Union for AI for Good. We thank the participants for participating, answering our questions, and we wish them luck in their future endeavors. Whatever, I haven't said the result yet, but these are important words, is not to give up. Okay, whatever the result will be, because I know you have all goodness at heart, and the way you're trying to use technology to enhance and make humanity a better species and the world a better place to live in. With that in mind, to keep it in mind, our decision is that the winner of these submissions is Homai.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Homai.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations. So
Congratulations.
Cool.
Congratulations, Homai.
Congratulations.
Yeah, maybe we should prepare some speech for that, but I didn't expect
Let's
it.
do the Oscar speech.
Maybe the editor should have like a clapping Dolby Atmos something, makes a lot of noise. A cinematic sound effect.
How do you feel?
Nervous again because I need to present one more time. As I said, I felt relief after presenting, but now I need to prepare again. So thank you very much. Anyway, I'm very happy. I think our team is also happy. Yeah, I see they're writing a lot of messages for me. Yeah, as I said, we did not prepare the speech, so sorry for that. We're just happy and see you on Geneva, I think. Yeah.
We are very happy for you, Homai, and thank you, ITU.
It's a great, I mean, it's great to hear that you'll be joining us in Geneva, and on behalf of the ITU, we want to congratulate you as the winner, and of course, all the finalists, the attendees, and of course, especially this partnership with Mellifera in collaboration as well with the government of Malta to make this possible. And we are looking forward to welcoming at the Global Summit in July from the 8th to the 11th. And yeah, wish you all the luck there representing the thriving Malta startup ecosystem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. So now, with this is the end of this section, and we will hand over the floor to Anna for the closing information, unless Olga, you want to add something else.
I would like to add just a couple of words. Thank you to all the participants, to the judges for taking time to participate and to evaluate our amazing startups. And I think, once again, every startup that has participated today did a tremendous job. And I feel extremely proud, and especially I would like to say on behalf of Mellifera that this means a lot. This event means a lot to us, and I'm happy to be part of it, and that Mellifera got to be part of it. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for participating in today's AI for Good session. We hope you've learned something new, innovative, and engaging in today's event. We now encourage you to continue the conversation on the live video wall in the neural network. Here you can ask questions, like and comment, share links, complete the poll, connect with interesting profiles, or speak one-on-one using the chat and video function. We invite you to explore the lobby, try the smart matching quiz, visit the virtual exhibits, poster boards, the eShop, and build your personalized AI for Good program. Let's shape the future of AI for Good.